All right, everybody, what's going on? What's going on? We are live on all the things. It's very exciting. Tonight I'm gonna hang out and do some vocal arrangement. That's the goal. If my computer will allow. Uh, if my computer will allow. Okay, we are going to uh get in here and do all sorts of things tonight. So, no, I have a plan. I have a specific plan. There's a specific idea that I'm going to bring to life this evening. That's the plan. But just give me a second. Let me just arrange my screen because it's a lot going on here. All right, cool. But I'm excited to hang with y'all. Excited to hang with y'all tonight. Let me know though, because again, it's a lot going on. And I do fear that my connection might be choppy. I hope not. I desperately hope not, but that could be the case. I really hope not. But anyway, tonight we're going to do some arranging. I have an idea that I'm going to flesh out. And, you're welcome to hang with me. Let me just double check real quick because the plan is that I'm supposed to be live on all the things. Supposed to be live on TikTok as well. I don't see that I'm live on TikTok though. I don't see myself as live on TikTok. But you know what happens when you try to do too many things at once. When you try to do too many things at once, you get too adventurous, you get too ambitious, and then, it doesn't quite pan out that way. But anyway, let's do it. So here's the plan. It is always something, but I'm glad that you're here. So here's the plan. I had this idea that I was going to do Richard Smallwood's Amen. Now, for those of you who know or don't know, I should say, Richard Smallwood is a giant, a legend in composition, period, but specifically in gospel, and he recently passed away, That's not necessarily why I'm doing this, but, it kind of works out as a nice way to honor, the work that he did. But also, I just think it'd be fun. I just think it'd be fun to mess with the harmony and see what happens when we tweak things, when we put things where they don't belong. That's the goal. That's my goal. So tonight, we're gonna just mess with some harmony. We're gonna mess with harmony. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna take it through some phases. We're going to, record the classic version, of course, first. I'm probably not going to do all my stacking. I have a process that I follow when I record vocals, but I'm probably not going to do all of that tonight. I'm probably just going to lay down the bare harmonies. You can probably already hear I got my plugins loaded up because I'm just trying to get the idea out. All right. So that's the goal. That's what you're going to see me do. We're going to, bring forth the arrangement. That's the plan for tonight. So, also too, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see everybody's comments and things. I have no idea. I can't see anybody on YouTube. Let me double check on YouTube. Am I even live on YouTube? Let me see. Hold on. Let me just double check. And y'all, while we're kind of in the beginning stages here. Okay, good. I am live. I'm live on YouTube. Perfect. I can't see everybody's comments though. All right, cool. Whatever. So people will show up when they show up. I'll be here. Oh, I am live. Okay, cool. I'm live. I'm live on TikTok. All right, cool. Great. At least I think that's what this is telling me. All right, cool. Great. I can see everybody's comments in the various places that they are. I'm going to do my best to keep up with everybody. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. All right, cool. I'm hot. I don't know. I decided to wear a hoodie, but maybe I shouldn't have wore this hoodie. All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it without further ado. All right, so like I said earlier, we're working with Richard Smallwood's Amen. The one, the epic one that happens at the end of Total Praise. You know the one. And we're going to mess with the harmony. Somebody a few weeks ago was kind enough to reveal to me, I had no idea, but they were kind enough to reveal to me that the Amen, also the drive or the vamp on Hezekiah Walker's Grateful, both of those moments in music use a scale called Mixolydian flat 6. I did not know that. And I instantly said, oh, wow. So that means I need to learn Mixolydian flat 6. I need to learn and mess with that just the same way as I mess with all the other modes. I need to start messing with Mixolydian flat 6. So that's part of what inspired this as well. So let's do it. Let's move some of this down. And yeah, like I feel a little, it's not a perfect stream. I know that there's probably going to be some crackle. As you can see, I'm in Ableton. Ableton is already upset. Ableton is not happy with me right now. So let me just start by freezing. Let me go ahead and freeze my... Okay, I have to start by... Let me freeze some stuff first. Okay, let me freeze some stuff first. Okay, but still, we're still not happy. Ableton is still beefing with me, but what are you gonna do? What am I gonna do? I gotta get my work done. I gotta do what I'm doing. You can't be a hater, Ableton. This has to happen. So just relax. All right, so like I said, I'm not going to do my whole usual recording process. Usually for every vocal, I stack it. I'm not going to be doing stacks right now. Maybe I will, but let me first just get... right, I'm going back and forth. Maybe I'll do stacks tonight. I don't know. But I'm going to definitely start by doing each part one by one. And that's the thing. The reason why I'm wrestling with whether or not I'm going to do stacks is because stacks make everything sound like it should sound, right? If you don't do stacks, it's not gonna, like, some of the polish is going to, not be quite as it should be, So I may do stacks, but I'm probably not going to do stacks. We'll see. I don't know. Let me not say probably or anything. I'm going back and forth. All right. So let's. All right. So I already have my amen down, and I'm going to cheat a little bit because, again, the amen is really not the point. So I'm going to cheat a teach. It's going to be a teach of cheating. I'm going to copy and paste these amens. All right. Don't hate on me. All right, because this is, for efficiency, this is just what we have to do. This is for efficiency's sake. So I think if I do that, I think that puts me right where I need to be. Then I can just duplicate it. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna be the big finish. At least not tonight. At least not tonight. All right. So first things first, we need to record the classic. Let's record the classic version. So we have the tenor is holding down the amen. Let me just check what key I'm in. Amen. All right, so we're in the key. We're in the tonal center of C. All right, cool. So that means that the alto is going to be doing amen, amen, right? And then the soprano is going to be amen, amen. All right, so let's do that first. Let's get the classic version recorded. That's step one. All right, so let me tenor. I will label my vocals alto, soprano. All right, cool. So alto first. Amen. Here we go. Amen. Let me do that again. Amen. All right, cool. That'll do. Then soprano. It's going to come in. We're doing the classic version. So, amen, amen. That's what we got to do. Here we go. Amen, amen. It's a little fast, but whatever. Cool. All right, great. So we got the classic version down. Classic version is down. And yeah, because again, we don't have time, I am going to copy and paste. I'm absolutely going to copy and paste. So we're going to do boom, boom, boom. Let's do boom. And then I'll fix it. Well, I don't have to fix it right now, actually. So every other is going to be the classic version, because what we're going to do tonight is we're going to investigate, like, okay, what would it sound like? Oops, this one is behind. Ooh, Ash, you got to look. You got to look where you're pasting, baby. Okay, hold on. So yeah, the goal for tonight is to just see, like, what would it look like if, you know, we were to do some arrangement of Total Praise and we just messed with the harmony while we did it. Okay, so let's take a look at what that would do. So I'm going to take us through a couple of moods, right? So we got the classic, that's first. Amen, amen, right? That's classic. It uses mixolydian flat six. Wonderful, right? Then we're going to do a bold approach, right? The second approach we're going to take is bold. So let's start here, all right? Let's just start right here. If I was going to just list out all the feelings I was going to pass through tonight, but I think I'll just do it one at a time. I'll keep you on your toes. I'll surprise you. And also, exactly, you should come to Mel's Workshop Live. You totally should. You totally should. If you're chilling with me on live, make sure you say hello. I love to say hello to everybody back. Okay, if you're watching me on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, say what's up. I would love to say what's up back to you. But all right, cool. So, yeah, you should totally come to Mo's Workshop Live, because this is the type of stuff that we talk about, and this is the sort of stuff that I'm going to teach you to do if you do come. So let's do it. We are going to do a bold approach first, right? So alto would be amen, 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 That's gonna be alto. So we're changing the harmonic structure. Okay, we're shifting. Oops, we're shifting the harmonic structure. Okay, this is gonna be fun. So let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Oh wait, that's a little sudden. I'm gonna have to do it like that. Amen. Okay, it's gonna be a little janky because I'm squeezing it. One more time. Amen. Okay, it's so fast. All right. Oh, I gotta yeah, because I don't want it to be like bad or clipped or anything like that. But I'm gonna have to do some finagling and maneuvering, and that's that's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world, but yeah. Oh dang, dang. What does that sound like? Is it bad? Hold on. Amen. Oh, not bad. Okay, good. It was smooth. It was a smooth cutoff. All right, so amen, 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 amen. So the soprano actually gets to stay the same. Only the alto has to change in order to fit. Only the alto has to change in order to fit the mood we're trying to capture here. So let's do it. Wait. Amen. There we go. Amen. Amen. Not bad. Amen. Amen. Okay, so let's check this out first. I'm gonna turn off the keys. All right. But this is what it would sound like, right? If we went classic first. Okay. And I want to know which one's your favorite. We're gonna build these different versions of it, but I want to know like which one turns out to be y'all's favorite when we get to the end. So we're doing the classic version first. Then the second time around, we go into this bolder approach using a different scale. Let's see what they sound like next to each other. Amen. 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 It's very subtle. It's very subtle. So this second scale that I'm using for the second go around is only slightly different. It's only slightly different from the scale we're already using. There's only one note difference, right? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, flat 6, 5, flat 6, flat 7. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's only slightly different. There's only one note different between the two, but that one note is powerful enough to change the vibe almost completely for that one moment, right? The end sounds pretty much, thank you, Young. The end sounds pretty much like it would in the classic version, but the beginning sounds, it's got a certain extra kick that I really enjoy. All right, cool. So that's the bold approach, right? That's the bold approach. Then we're going to go classic again. Then from here, let me just make sure that this is clipped correctly. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So when we get over here, I'm going to go classic again. Then we're going to go floaty. We're going to go floaty. And this is probably going to sound way, way different, right? Way different than before. So the alto is going to be Amen, It's just, again, different, but that difference creates a different feeling. All right, cool. Let's do it. So, amen. All right, here we go. Ooh. Amen. Amen. Recorded it on the wrong track. Let's try that again. And I need to pull back even more. I need to pull back more so I can give myself time to jump in. Amen. Amen. That's the line. Here we go. Amen. 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 Cool. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we're going floaty. Do you feel it? Do you feel like you're flying? Maybe you'll feel it more when I add the soprano. So the soprano should be Let me double check. Oh, I can't turn it on because it's frozen. It's frozen. All right, so amen. That's 1, 2, 3, sharp 4. So the soprano needs to be 3, 3. Amen. 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 Yeah, we up there. This is giving Ariel giving up her voice. Amen. Amen. All right. Amen. 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 Okay, not bad. All right, so now let's listen to them side by side. If we go classic and then we go floaty, what effect do we get? Do we like it? Does it work? Does it not work? Because guess what? Not everything we do is going to work, right? When you mess with harmonies and you mess with modes, right, it doesn't mean that everything that you choose actually goes, right? And that you should actually do it. Hey, Rayline. Hi. Yeah, it doesn't mean you should actually do it, but it is great to play with. It's great to play around with it to see what the possibilities are. Okay, so let's check it out. What happens if we go classic, then we go bold? No, sorry, classic, then we go floaty. Super bright, super floaty. What happens? Let's see. And amen. 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 Wow. I kind of like that. I kind of really like that. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. That would be perfect for like a transition. Like say like we're doing like maybe I'm teaching a choir or whatever have you, and we do total praise, or a singing group. It doesn't have to be choir, right? And we do total praise. And we're gonna transition to another song, maybe that starts in a more major space, perhaps. That sounds like it would be a really cool transition point. It's like we could just keep going up and up and up and up in this particular scale, and that will take us to maybe we'd modulate, maybe we'd change tonalities so that we can land on the new song. Because the quality of the scale that we just used is very lifting. Like it's gonna make you feel like you're on an elevator, right? You're on an elevator and you're going up and up and up and up and up and up, which is what I really, really love. Okay, cool. So we got bold. We did bold. In fact, let me close this part. Okay, cool. So we did bold over here. Classic, bold. Classic, floaty. All right. Now we're going to do classic, bright, but like not as bright as the one we just did. I feel like I can only call it bright. The scale we just did just a moment ago, that's like super bright, right? But this one is going to be, more on the positive side. Right? The classic side is very dramatic. It's very, it's got a lot of gravitas. This particular one is not going to have as much gravitas. In fact, I anticipate that I'm not going to like this at all, but we're going to try it anyway, right? Because, we got to try things. All right. So, in order to do this one, the alto needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, da, da, ba, ba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so ba, ha, 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 ha. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. All right, cool. So the alto is the same as the classic. It's the soprano that's going to make all the difference here. All right, so let's do it. Amen. Amen. Okay, it's already, you can hear the chords in the background. It's weird. It's weird, and it's almost like, it's like a lion that had its teeth removed. That's what it feels like to me. I don't like it at all. But let me record that one more time. Amen. 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 Okay, cool. All right, so the soprano is the tone. The soprano line is the line that's going to make all the difference here, right? So we got to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5. Amen. Amen. Yes. Is that Marceline? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Let me know. But yes, this is a part of my mode series. This is the sort of stuff that I will teach you if you come to Modes Workshop Live. Modes Workshop Live is a big event that I'm doing. We start next Tuesday, February the 17th. And basically, we're going to do a deep dive for 8 weeks. We're going to go through every mode of the major scale. And by the time we are done, you are going to know exactly how I'm doing what I'm doing. And you're going to have experience doing it too, because when I teach this class, I'm going to be giving you challenges. I'm going to be showing you, how you can be achieving the same sounds, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a really fun time. I really make sure that you have everything that you need. I basically stuffed 4 years of my own study into 8 weeks. And so, you can, there's so many ways out there to learn modes, but if you want to have a comprehensive journey condensed into 8 weeks, you should totally join me. It's going to be so much fun. All right. So, by the way, if you would like to register, the link is in my description if you're watching me on YouTube. The link is in my profile if you're watching me on TikTok or Insta. Okay. Marceline. And that's probably why it's got that accent over the E. Marceline. Very pretty. I'm glad. And I love, I love me some Phrygian dominant as well. Phrygian dominant is one of my favorite sounds. Okay. So, soprano. The soprano is going to make this fully jankified. Like I said, I don't like this one at all, but we're just going to try it just to see what happens. I feel like this particular one just removes all the teeth from the moment. But again, it's 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, da, 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 amen, amen. Let's do it. Amen, amen, amen. Yuck. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But, let's listen to it side by side. Here we go. Amen, 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 don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's that. I know. All right. Next, we're gonna do classic, then bluesy. This might be kind of cool. I'm not sure, but it might be. This might be kind of cool. So what do we got to change? We got to go, well, the alto doesn't have to change at all. So maybe what I'll do, so just to save time, I will not record the alto. That seems, oops, hold on. I'm not going to record the alto again because it's the same thing. Amen, amen, same thing. So the soprano is the one, once again, who's lifting the weight of changing the sound of the harmony. So, what do we got to do? We got to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, or 5, 5, 6, flat 7, 6, 5. All right, so amen, amen. All right, let's do it. Oh well, no, we need more of a count in than that. Amen, amen, amen. That was bad. Let me try it again. Amen, amen, amen. I wonder if that goes. Maybe that's clashing with the keyboards that I have. Let me listen to that. Amen, amen. No, it doesn't clash. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like that a little bit more than the previous one that we just did. The previous one we did, I don't like that one at all. I don't like it. But this one's a little promising. So let's listen to it classic first. We'll do the classic first. Then we'll do this bluesy approach. Amen. Oopsie daisy. Let's go back here. Classic first. Amen. 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 That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I feel like you could use that much in the way that I said we could use the one we did 2 scales ago, like as a transition. Like if we're going from a more, if we're going from the classic version into another song that's more on the major side, then okay, sure. I think that could work as a transition, something to lift us out of the darker space that we've been in and put us in a more opposite space. Right? So I think that could work for that reason. Okay, let's do let's do dark. All right, so hey Dominique, how are you? Glad to see y'all. If you're hanging out with me tonight, I'm very glad that you're here. All right, cool. Okay, we got 2 more. We got 2 left. This was fast. So we're going dark, meaning that the first chord now is going to be minor, which is going to be very jarring. It's going to be okay, but it's going to be jarring. What do I have to do? So, amen, amen, because I got to go minor. So the alto has to change this time. The alto hasn't had to change in a while, but the alto has to change now because we need the pathway to be minor. And alto needs to change that 3. So let's do it. Amen. Amen. I believe that's it. Let's do it. Amen. Amen. Oh man, I gotta go back to the major and the at the end. My bad. Try again. Amen. Amen. Okay. Okay. Amen. 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 Ah, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, flat 3, 4, 5, 4, flat 3. Yeah, but then it's gotta go because we're going back major. Okay, soprano. What do we got to do with you? You're the one that has all the juice for this scale. All right, so ah, ah, amen, 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 amen. All right, let's try it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Amen, amen. Oof, weird, but it's coming out pretty cool for an experiment. Okay, cool. Amen. 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 Okay, cool. But now I see that this one should have ended minor. So I got to change this. Back here, who has the 3? Yeah, so the soprano ends on 5. The alto ends on 3. So that means, what should this have been? Okay, so yeah, we got to change that. Amen, amen. That's what we got to do. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We missed it, but we can always go back, right? Amen, amen. Wait, what? Hold on. Yeah. Amen, amen. There it is. Amen, amen, amen. Yeah, there it is. Yep. That 3 is very important. It'll mess up everything if you don't have your 3s in a row. So let's listen to what we got. We got the classic. Then it's going to transition into a dark approach. All right, let's do it. Amen. That's the bluesy one. My bad. Let's do it classic first, then dark. Amen. 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 Maybe. I think it's only because you have to go back. You got to go back and forth between major and minor. It's not as smooth. It's not as smooth to me. I don't know if I like that. But like I said, we're just experimenting, so we don't have to like everything. Some things we'll like, some things we won't. That I don't like. So, and that's okay. And that's okay. All right, last one. And that actually shows me that I need to do both of these over because we're not landing. We're landing somewhere very far away, right? We're going to do super dark. So this was dark, but this is about to be super dark. Super duper dark. So we're going to go amen, amen, amen. All right, we got to land on that. Ooh-wee. Did I figure that out yet? Amen, amen. Then, amen. Then, amen. Locrian is tough. But we're gonna make it happen. So first, let me do the classic over and then end in on a minor third. Amen. Amen. Ooh, try again. Amen. Amen. Ooh, spooky. Spooky, spooky, spooky. All right, so then the soprano has to be amen, amen. Woo! All right, here we go. Amen, amen, amen. Woo! All right, then we got to do the whole thing super dark, super dark, super dark. So what is that going to sound like? It's going to be a little hard to find our footing at first. Woof. This is about to be rough, but we got this. All right, so alto needs to be 1 flat 2 flat 3 4 Ooh, but we gotta land on a major. Ooh. Five, 4. Okay, so ooh, woo, woo. Okay, I don't think I have it yet, but I'm gonna try it anyway. One more time. Amen. 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 That wasn't that bad with the music playing. But definitely if it's just raw ear, yikes. Acapella with raw ear is very, very challenging. All right, so then the soprano has to be no. It's a flat 3. So man, man. I'm not sure. Three, 1, 3, 5. Okay, 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 flat 5. Do they say, right? So, they may. So, amen, amen. Okay, let's try. Ooh, let's try. Okay. Amen. 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 It's definitely not as hard, with the chords. It's not as hard with the chords, but it definitely is kind of, it's wonky. So wonky. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So let's hear, what does it sound like to do the classic first and then go super, super dark? Right? Let's try. Here we go. Amen. 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 Okay. 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 I'm sure there's a reason to do that. There's a reason out there to do that somewhere. Somewhere out there. All right, cool. So I'm going to do it from the beginning. This is going to be a marathon. All right. I'm going to do it from the beginning. And I want to know which one is your favorite. All right. So we're going to keep alternating. We're going to go classic, different. Classic, different, classic, different, right? So it's going to be classic, bold, then classic, floaty, then classic, bright, then classic, bluesy, then classic, dark, then classic, super dark. All right? That's how we're going to do it. All right? So it's going to be like one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. But, you know, see if you can put your finger on which one is your favorite. See if you can put your finger on which one is your favorite. And we're going to go back to the classic each time as a palette cleanser. Okay? Because otherwise, it'll just be different harmony after different harmony after different harmony after different harmony. And that may not be, you know, conducive. All right. Let's do it. Let's listen to it one after the other. Here we go. So classic, then bold first. Wow, you didn't even go back where I put you. All right, let me freeze everything, in fact. Freeze everything, freeze everything. Gotta freeze it. We gotta freeze it. Freeze everything, freeze everything. Yeah, we gotta freeze it. Can't move till we freeze it. All right, we gotta freeze everything. We're waiting. We're very patient. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Excellent. Okay. Oh wait. Okay, hold on. So that means I need a new track to talk into. Okay, there it is. All right, cool. So let's listen to it from the top. First is classic, bold. Let's do it. In fact, I'm going to turn off the piano. I just want vocals only. So, and remember, just as a reminder, in case you're just joining me, I'm not doing my entire recording process right now. Like, this is just me getting the harmony in my ear, right? Normally, there would be stacks of each part. I'm not doing that right now. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. As of right now, I'm not doing it. All right, cool. So, classic, bold. Amen. 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 Classic. Amen. That was a lot. That was a lot. But did you have a favorite? Did you have a favorite? Personally, poisonally, I like the I like the first one. I like the first one and I like the second one. I don't like anything after the second the second deviation. So I like the bold one. Amen. Amen. I like that one. And I like Amen. Amen. I like that one. But all the other ones, I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure you could come up with a reason to use them. Like, for instance, I can really see the super dark one, the one at the very end. I can see that one being used as a transition. Like, some of the stuff is really great as a transitional piece. Like, you wouldn't make the whole thing go like that. You might do it like one time or two times here and there in the midst over the course of an arrangement. And that's the thing too. Like, when it comes to harmonic arrangements, when it comes to all this type of stuff, right? Not just modes, but everything that goes into understanding how to harmonize and how to arrange harmonies, right? You got to, it's like seasoning food, right? So it's like you don't want to overdo it. And just because you can doesn't always mean you should. Just because you can doesn't always mean you should. But in order to know what you should do, you do need to know what you can do. If you don't know what you can do, you're not really going to have an expanded understanding of what you should do. Right? So that's the reason why I teach classes like Modes Workshop Live, because what it does is, we spend time in each scale so that we can understand how they work. And so once you have those new pieces of vocabulary in your system, in your bank, in your toolbox, in your palette, however you want to call it, once you have these new sounds and harmonies in your possession, then you can decide, like, what is it that I want to do? What kind of sound do I want my music to have? But you can't have that conversation with yourself if you don't know what the possibilities are, right? If you don't know, for instance, that there are at least, because there are more, but there are at least 7 different feelings that you can access. And each one of those feelings has layers of feeling that you can access depending on how you arrange it, depending on how you use it, right? If you don't know that, how easy is it going to be for you to get stuck in a rut? How easy is it going to be for you to end up writing the same things over and over and over again, right? You're doing the same things. You're making the same movements, writing the same harmonies, writing the same melodies over and over again because you're not aware of what your options are, right? So that's why I do Modes Workshop Live. If anything that I've said so far is, something that you would like to resolve and quickly, right? Because I'll tell you, my journey with this information, modes and all the stuff that you see, my content being, the stuff that I put in my content. My journey with this stuff started about 4 years ago. It's got to be. Either it's 4 years ago or it's almost 4 years ago. And so essentially, what I've done with Mo's Workshop is I've taken that process. I take everything that I did to get the modes and everything into my vocabulary, into my ear, everything that I did to do that, I've packed it into this 8-week course, right? And so if you would like to upgrade your ear in this way, be able to experiment like this, be able to play with stuff, and again, to be able to make educated decisions surrounding what you want your harmonies to be. If that's what you would like to be able to do, then I would love to see you at Modes Workshop Live. If you would like to register, you have until Monday. Registration closes on Monday, the 16th of February. So you still got a little bit of time. But if you want to register, the link is in my description if you're watching me on YouTube, and the link is in my profile if you're watching me on Instagram or TikTok. All right. So we did tonight's experiment. I don't know how I feel. I feel a little bereft. I feel like there's more that I would like to do, but I'm not sure what that would be. Let's play a little bit. I'll stay on for a bit longer. Let's play a little bit. If you're watching me live, I want you to help me choose. Okay. What should we do next? Because one of the things that I really love to do is I love to take songs, you know, just like we did just now. I love to take songs that already exist, obviously, right? I love to take songs that already exist and reharmonize them and see what other harmonies we can uncover. So, yeah, let me know. I gotta do some thinking about that myself. Like, what songs should I do? There's so many covers I could do, so many possibilities. But what should I do? What should I do? And then sometimes what I love to do is I love to remove the modes from things. So like Unwritten, Natasha Bedingfield, right? The verse is in Mixolydian mode. And I like to take the mode out of it just to see what it would sound like. It's actually pretty gross, right? So if you sing, I am unwritten, can't read my mind, I'm undefined, right? If you take the mode out of that, it becomes, I am unwritten, can't read my mind, I'm undefined. It's so, it's so icky. But it's fun. It's fun to do things like that because if you don't do things like that, you're missing an opportunity to see the effect and the impact that the mode actually has on the song, right? So for that reason, Unwritten, it's almost like Unwritten has to be, the verse has to be in Mixolydian mode. It must. It has no choice. It can't. It can't be anything else, you know? Right? Because any other choice is not, it doesn't hit the same. Yeah. Let me see. Maybe what I'll do is I'll open up something I was working on yesterday. Maybe we can flesh that out a bit more. Okay. Maybe we can flesh this out and see what we can do. All right, so open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't let's see. Ableton is starting to get an attitude. So I have to freeze. It's just one track. Golly. Literally, it's just one track. It's one track. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. I think I want to speed it up. Oh, not that much. Ableton, you are spazzing out. Or you are, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Ableton, you are being very unruly. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. All right, I think I like that pacing a little bit better. All right, let's do it. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. I'm gonna do it again. My breath is not really with me. Let's try once more. Open up your heart and let the light in. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light. All right, cool. So if we do open up your heart and let, we do open up, open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. So we got, all right, so how is it that you figure out what you want to do with a vocal arrangement? And there's a couple ways. The way I like to do it is, hold on. Yeah, the way I like to do it, well, there's a few ways that I like to do it, but I'm going to show you one of the ways that I do it. Let me see. Yeah, MIDI. Give me a MIDI track. I need a MIDI track. All right, and then I just need something simple. Simple, dimple. Let's do. Let's do. Okay, I'm not as loud anymore. I can't be, but I hope y'all can still hear me. Can you still hear me? Let me know. Let me know. Can you still hear me on TikTok? What am I looking like on TikTok? What do I sound like on TikTok? Because I tell you what, I can't see nothing. I can't see Nathan. I don't know what I look like. I don't know if I'm freezing up. I don't know nothing. So let me know if you're watching me live. Let me know what you see. I would be greatly appreciative of that information. Let me know if you can hear me still. But okay. I said, open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. So we're doing. What is this? This is a. They are all minor 9/11 chords. I think they're all minor 9/11 chords. So I think the first one is. First chord is open up. First chord is A, right? So it's an A minor. Alright, so what are my options if I want to get fancy here? Open up, open up. So that's a 2 or the 9. Open up your heart. Okay. So if I want to go, open up your heart. Now, what if I, that's 7, if I do, that's a little, open up your heart and let the light in slowly. So it's A, oops, A minor 7, going to lies. It's totally a C. So it's a. No, that's totally a C minor 7. It's a C minor 7 11. C minor, C minor 9 11. I don't have the 11 on right now. So if I go, if I go, so we go. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. Yeah. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't. That's a G minor. Yeah, so we got. Then we got. All right, so we can do. Hey, Randy, can you let me know in the chat if you can hear me? Do me a favor if you can. I appreciate it. And is my picture coming through clear? Because like I said, when you go live on TikTok, like you cannot see anything, especially if you are not using your phone. If you don't use your phone, you can't see anything. So I'm just hoping that I am coming through all right and, you know, that everything's copacetic. Because there's just no way for me to know on TikTok anyway. All right, cool. So, all right, so if I go, it's then it's G. We really could do Dorian. It's really, really what we got here. Without changing the chords. There's plenty we could do if we change the chord, but we're not going to change the chord. Okay. Okay, so if I go. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Cool. So what would that do? That would... Can't really do that. Wait. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Nope. You can't do that because the 11, there's already an 11 in there. So you can't sharp the 11 because it's already there. And it's not sharp. It's already there and it's not sharp. So you cannot do a sharp 11. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. What was it? Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. I don't think that's what I did before. I don't think that's what I did. I don't think that's what I did. Okay, let's see if we can make that a little bit more. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Something like that. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is All right, cool. I like that. I like it. All right, cool. So then we harmonize it. I'm not going to do all my stacks tonight because I'm just not. I'm not going to stack tonight. We're just going to see what works. We're just going to see what works. And then we can stack it later. So, so, go back to the keyboard. So that's nice. So that's where I'm starting. So I could do open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. That was an accident, but that's gorgeous. What is that? That's a minor 7, add 2. Or maybe it works because this is already a 9 chord. That's a 9. It's really nice crunched up in there, though. That's really pretty. Especially coming from here and then going. That's nice. That's really nice. All right. So I'm going. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. Yeah, so I'm going. That's a 9. Cool. So open up your heart and let the light in slowly. Is that what I did? That's a 4th. Not bad. Ooh, open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. What should that last one be? That middle chord. I gotta keep going back. So I'm at. Open up your heart and let the light in slow. So. Then it's. But will it go? Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. That's right, 4th. Oh, maybe that's what we need. We'll fill it out. Okay, So ooh ah, ooh ooh ah. Open up your heart. Nope, I missed it. What's my first note? What's my first note? My first note is. Oops. Ooh, ah. Open up this. Oh. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Wait, what's my first note? My first note is. Ooh, 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 ah. That's what it is. Come on, Ash. You got this. Open up your heart. Oh. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Okay. I could do that again a bit better vocally. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your... I don't remember. That note is hard to hold on to. That note is really hard to hold on to when it's oh, we're punching. Open up your... All right. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Ooh, what is a vowel? Ooh, there ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. All right, cool. I think I really do want to. I'm gonna stack these tonight because these are pretty. I would like to hear it be more fleshed out. All right. What's next? So, open up your heart and let the light in slowly. So, we've got da 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 da. We've got. All right. We've got. So. We got these. So we probably could have a. Excuse me. What if we. Open up your heart and let the light in. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. What is that? Just holding the one note down. It's very clustery. Okay, yeah. And then I think I already did that though. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is that's already there. So hold the C, because it's a common tone between this chord and this chord. if I do that. Yeah.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Yeah. Ooh, what is that? That's the all right. So let's do that. Let's try that.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Did I get this note wrong? It sounded really weird. Oh,
Open up.
so open. Okay, it's the same. All right, so I need to see. I was right. All right, so oh, ooh, ah, ooh, no, ooh, ah.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Yeah, it's this one. It's because something I did here that's making it sound crazy. Something I didn't hit exactly faithfully. What is it? It's oh.
Open up your heart and let the open up your heart.
Oh, oh, oh.
Open up your heart and let the light
Wah. Turn this off.
open up your heart and let the light
So then what's this one?
open up your heart and let the
Okay. Oh, it was off.
open up your heart and let the light slowly. Open up your heart and let the light slowly.
That should be better. Okay, so
Open up your heart and let the light slowly.
that's better. But I could do this better. Oh, ah.
Open up your heart and let the light slowly.
Yeah.
Open up your heart and let the light slowly.
All right, cool. Do I need another voice? Do I? What will I call this? Hey. Thank you. I appreciate the support. No problem. Thank you, my Eden. Heavenly Dissonance. Yes. What will I call this song? Probably, I don't know. Maybe Let the Light In. Maybe. Maybe. Do I want another vocal? Do we need another vocal? We might not. 3 parts is enough, especially when we're operating in clusters like this. We got big clusters. The clusters are clustering. So let me just see if I really do like this before I start stacking. So while I'm looking for this plugin, real quick, just let me remind you all, Mo's Workshop Live is coming up very soon. And essentially, if you want to understand what I'm doing, why I made some of the choices I made here, you definitely want to be with me at Mo's Workshop Live because I'm going to explain all the different scales that are hidden inside of the major scale. I should call them modes, actually. The modes that are hidden inside of the major scale that really allow us to deepen our emotional expression with music. I'm trying to talk and look for a plugin at the same time, and it's not working. What am I looking for? Yes, Valhalla. Valhalla! Come, darling, you are needed. Yes. What is that? Return? That shouldn't say return. It should say reverb. Anyway. All right, cool. But anyhow, if you want to understand some of the harmonic choices I'm making here, and I'm not just doing it by accident, like I'm not just feeling it around for it. I know what I'm doing and I know why I'm doing it. Right. So if you would like to, I don't think I need another one either. Thanks for stopping by. But I don't think I need another one either. I just want to see what it sounds like with the reverb, and then if it sounds like it should, I will stack. All right. So let me see. What is the reverb talking about? And in fact, let me turn these down because they're not supposed to be as loud as they are either. So if they actually become background vocals, let's see what happens.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Yeah, we don't need any more. Everything is very clustered up, so everything's very oop. Hold on. Everything is very clustered up. I don't think we need another vocal, but I almost don't want the keys anymore. The keys are doing too much for me. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's stack. But as I was saying, if you really would like to understand the harmonic choices and note choices, some of the note choices I made tonight on this arrangement, you really want to be with me. Oh gosh. I can't have all this reverb. Yeah. You really want to be with me at Modes Workshop Live because I explain all of the tools that are hidden within the major scale that allow us to deepen the emotional range of our music, right? Because it's more than, hey, Zoha, we need more than major happy, minor sad, right? We need more emotional weight and options for our writing. All right, let's stack. Ableton is like having it up to here with me right now. Ableton is about to choke me out. Ableton is not happy. She's not happy. She's like, not only. Ableton said, not only are you live, but you have the nerve to want stacks? Ableton is yoking me up. It has me by the collar right now. Oh boy. All right, cool. Let's stack. Let's smooth these vocals on out. This is still pretty much a draft though, because I'm out in the middle, you know. Ears smoking, nostrils flaring. Exactly. Ableton is very displeased. But all right, let's do it. Let's stack. Let's get some stacks in here. This is a draft. If I was really recording vocals, I would be in my closet. Maybe I'll do a live one day from my closet, but not today. I'm at my desk out in the open with no soundproofing. So, all right. So what do we got to do? We got to go, ooh, oh, ah, ooh, ah, oh, ah, ooh, ah. I think that's the line. Let's try it.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
And the reverb really did not allow me to stack that properly. So let me turn. The reverb is lovely, but I need it gone. I need it gone for the moment so that I can stack properly. I need to line my vocal up. And I need to turn up the volume. All right, here we go.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
All right. Next.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
I just noticed the main problem is I don't have the metronome on. Ooh, living dangerously. She's living dangerously. Turn the metronome back on, love. Darling. Sweetie baby. Turn on the metronome. Let's try again.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Better. Way better, y'all. Not perfect, but better, y'all.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
It's you. It's the original. It's a little janky, so let me repair. Oh,
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly.
Yeah, we had to stop at the same time. It was hanging over. It's hanging over. Okay, last stack. And then I gotta freeze all these because, again, like I said, Ableton is unhappy.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
All right, wonderful. Beautiful. Perfect. Lovely. Freeze them. Freeze them now. Freezing. It's freezing. Yeah. Whoa. All right. Frozen. All right. And let me take a moment. Let me pull the volume down. Let me turn the reverb up. Okay. And then I'm going to do a little, whoops, a little rough, very rough panning, just to, help with the space. 50, oops, 50, 50. All right, great. All right, cool. So those are frozen. Those are panned. Everybody's frozen. All right, cool. Let's do it. Duplicate it. Duplicate the track. Yeah, yeah. All right, all right, all right. I need 3 of these. Bow, bow. Wonderful. I have not labeled any of my tracks. The misbehavior. This is very bad behavior. Very bad producing behavior. Do not do what I am doing. Be better. Be better, y'all. All right. Let's do second stack. I think it's... what is it? It's...
Open up your heart.
Oh... no, that's the last one. Oh, oh, oh.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Okay. What was it? I keep losing this note.
Open up your.
Oh, no.
Open up your. Open up your heart and let the light in.
All right, it's the first note that trips me up, but I think we'll get it. Oh, yeah.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no.
Oh, I had it. Right? No. Nope.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
All right. This needs a beat. It'll come. I'll do that probably later.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your.
Nope.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your. There ain't no rush when what you feel.
Who is that?
There ain't no rush when what you feel.
It's the first one. It's always the first one. The first one. Ooh, fix it.
There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Better. All right, cool. Last stack. On this vocal part, we are breezing through.
Open up your heart and let the light in.
That's wrong. Ah, ah.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
I didn't match my vowels, but I think it's all right. Freeze 'em. This is a draft. Anyway. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, yeah. Oh, All right. All right. Okay, real quick. Let me pull the volume down. Pull that volume down. Yeah. All right, because we need the background vocals to be background vocals. And then let me pan. Pan it, pan it, pan it. Won't you pan it, baby? Pan it for me, pan it, darling. Pan it, pan it. All right. 1, 2, 3. I need three of these. Bow. Ableton, you are being such a good sport. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. All right. So, what was the last one? It was.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is.
Okay, I can do that.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Quickly.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Okay. Whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy. All right, last one. I mean, this is a very short. It's only 16 bars. So, yeah, this would not take me very long. Yes. You are not the only one, Zoha. I must narrate. I must have a musical break every time. It's just the way that it is. It has to be this way.
Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is.
What are you doing? That's not it.
Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
I think I did not do this clean. Ooh.
There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
All right, cool. Nice. Nice. Okay. Freeze it. Well, not yet. Well, did I freeze them first? That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing, right? I've been freezing first and then panning. I think that's what I've been doing. Hey, Lisa. What is that? I think I would need a major chord if I wanted to do that. Yeah, I would have to change the quality of the chord. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, let me pull the volume down. What? Come on. Oh. All right. 25. No, negative 25. Negative 25. And then 50. and then negative 50. Wonderful. And then we need to push the reverb on all y'all. Reverb. Reverb me, please. All right. Let's see. What does it sound like with everybody present and accounted for and panned and leveled reasonably? Here we go. That was very anticlimactic.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Ah, that is great. That is wonderful. I love that. That sounds wonderful. That sounds great. All right. I'm going to flatten these now. I'm going to flattenize, flattenize, flatten. Oh, you're supposed to do everybody, friend. I wanted everybody flattened, buddy. Let's try that again. Flatten the tracks, please. Thank you. All right, wonderful. Now we need some flavor. Why did I delete that? I don't know. We need some flavor. Time for new flavor in your ear. Let's consolidate. Brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. Brand new flavor in your ear. And I clean it up because I don't like to look at janky tracks. I like all my tracks to be neat and pristine. I need to clean these up though because they're a little. They got the little clicks from when I pushed the space bar. You got to get the space bar clicks out of here. Get out of here. All right, really quick check-in. TikTok, am I coming through clear? Is my picture clear? Is everything pleasant to look at? Is everything pleasant to listen to? Because when you go live on TikTok on your computer, you can't see jack. I can't see nothing. I don't know what I look like to y'all. So I just want to make sure. Okay, perfect. Great. Excellent. Excellent. Instagram, how about you? Can I play the before? What was the before? I'm sorry. I don't remember what the before was. But I'm glad. I'm glad that you heard it. I'm glad you think it sounds great. I think it sounds really nice too. It's making me happy. What am I going to do now? Yes. Now we're going to flesh out the feeling. I need to add some music and make this more musical to me. All right. So we need MIDI. And it's just for this one little piece of music, right? Just for this 16 bars, but we might as well, might as well. Usually I start with drums. Let's start with drums, I guess. That's kind of the one I want, in a way. Let's do it. The mad scientist in me is awakened. The mad scientist in me is awakened. Thank you, Lisa. This is Ableton. This is Ableton Live. I have 11. Ableton is up to 12, and I have 11. What a sad existence. No. That's very dramatic. I don't have a sad existence. I am very happy to exist in the way that I do. Okay. Let's see. From the top, from the top, from the top.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel.
I'm using my beat pad, so we have to trust the process here. Trust the process, people. I have to figure out a beat. So I'm thinking, maybe. Let's see.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Okay. All right. All right.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
But you messed it up. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I need, yeah. How do you get out? I think it's B. Yeah, it's B. Chica. Chica. Chica.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Wait. What? 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 Okay. 1, 2, 3, and
Open up.
wrong.
Open up your heart.
Double wrong. Triple wrong. Okay.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, there it is. All right, cool, cool, cool. Quantize. Wait. Go back. Quantize because I don't be hitting nothing on dime. So let's see.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
All right, cool. Needs work, but we're on our way. We are on our way. So I pulled back the. I pulled back the. I pulled back the. What am I saying? Ash, what are you saying? The bass and the chords out, just so I could hear how the drums are going. Because right now, the chords are not in agreement, and the bass is not necessarily in agreement with any kind of rhythm. It's just kind of happening, right? And so that's probably it. Sounded a little janky at first, and that was why. Right, so
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't
I think that works too. A little tom action.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel.
It's a little offbeat, Tom.
Open up your heart and let the light in.
Yikes.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Cool. Cool. At least it's cool to me. At least it's cool to me. All right. Oh, dang. Dang. That's what happens. I flattened the MIDI on the keys. Ash, why would you do such a thing? Why would you do such a thing?
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Okay. All right. Let me save that. Another MIDI track. Another MIDI track. Another MIDI track. We need another MIDI track to do what? Bass. Bass, 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 bass. Give me some bass. Some synth bass, please. I like this one a lot. So it's let me do that.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Maybe I'll do it after a thing, an after thing.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is.
Oh, that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
I like that a lot. I like it a lot.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Now there was a button. No. There was a button. There was a button that I found, not that I found, but that I heard about in a tutorial a while ago that makes samples do fun things. And I need to remember where that is. I don't remember where that is. There's something that Ableton does. What is it? Where 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 is it? It's not that. It's not that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, da-da-da, da-da-da, bum-bum-ba-dum. Bum-ba-bum-bum-ba-dum. Is it in here? Delay and loop modulator. Delay and loop. Is it? Beat repeat. Is beat repeat. What's a beat repeat? Is it beat repeat? I think that might be for samples. What happens if I put beat repeat on here? Oh, nice.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly.
That's too much. That's too much though.
Open up your heart and let the light in.
That's too much.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
it's too on the nose. Like if there's a way, would that be offset? No. No, it's not offset. Hmm.
Open up your heart and let the light in. Slow.
It's too square. I need it to relax a little bit more.
Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
I like that a lot. I like it a lot. What happens?
Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is
I like
holy.
that even more. Thank you for the rose, Lisa. I like that even more.
Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly.
Ooh, what happens? What's what is that note? Over that chord. Hold on. I need to figure it out. Now I have to know. Now I must know. Where's the keyboard? I need the keyboard back. I need my keyboard back. Please give it back. I need my keyboard back. Please give it back. Please give it back. Now, what did I even do? Crap. What did I do? What did I do?
Open up your heart and let the light in. Slow.
What is that? It's some kind of. So if I go, it's and then it goes. Oh, that's in the daggone chord. That's in the chord. It feels very Mixolydian. Hi, big sister. I don't know if she's there anymore. Hi. Hello.
Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in. Slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Nah, we gotta add that. I'm sorry. I thought I was done with my vocals, but that's actually crazy and it needs to happen. Ooh, that's gotta happen. And it's gotta happen right now. It's gotta happen right now. What did I say? I said, ooh, oh, I think it was, ooh, 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 yeah, we need that. We need that. I need it, I need it, I need it, I need it, I need it. I need it, I need it, I need it. Ooh, 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 something like that. Yep, I need it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sleepy, is what I am. So this is gonna be the last thing I do here. This is gonna be the last thing that I do. But this definitely needs to happen. This definitely needs to happen. and it needs to happen right now. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, y'all. It has to happen. Okay. Okay. We need an audio track. We need an audio track. I need my vocal chain. Vocal chain. Vocal chain. I need my vocal chain. Vocal chain. Vocal chain. I need my vocal chain. Vocal chain. I need my vocal chain. Vocal chain. All right, cool. My vocal chain is vocal chaining. Yes. Yes. All right. So what did I say? What was it? What was the line? Uh, 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 I think it was something like that. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel slowly. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel. That's not there already, is it? Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. I think something resolves to the yeah, it's gonna resolve. It's gonna come down to the So I need to find something else. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. It's already there. It's already there. Maybe Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. It's already there. So then that just means it only needs to happen one time. Yeah, it only needs to happen one time. Should we do that? Open up your heart and let the light open up your heart and let the light. Yeah, I like it better without the run. I'm a very one note at a time kind of person. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. Yep. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Got to have it. Open up your heart and let the light. All right. Open up your heart and let the light. Two more times. Open up your heart and let the light. is it?
Open up your heart. Open up your heart. Open up your heart.
It was the third one. Ooh. Ooh, ah.
Open up your heart. Let the light slowly.
Okay, cool. Very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Freeze them. And now I'm getting all these other ideas. All these melodic things are coming out in my head, in my mind. Uh-huh, uh-huh. All these melodic things are coming to my mind now. Flatten, please. Are you flattening them? Are you doing what I asked? No. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. I need you to be like your brethren. I need you to be like your brethren. Like your brother and your sister and just like your brother and your sister and. Is it because it's Tuesday? I think it's because it's a Tuesday and it's 11 o'clock. Nobody's on because it's Tuesday and it's 11 o'clock. The folks are sleeping, Ash.
Up your heart and let the light slowly.
Yep. Okay. And then I'm hearing.
Up your heart and let the light. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light. Open up your heart. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
All right. So it really only needs to happen. That's another thing that doesn't need to happen every time. Another thing that doesn't need to happen every time. These colors are ugly. I don't like these colors. Change them. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, they're not. They're not. I don't know if you prefer to be called Ya or Yara, but they're not. They're really not. All you need to learn modes is the ability to match pitch and an understanding of how scales work. That's all you really need. And the way that I teach them is I do my best, and I feel like I have been successful at making them very, very accessible, even to folks who feel like they're just starting out. So you can absolutely learn modes. You can learn them. There's so many ways out there. You can learn them on your own. Like, what I did took me about, 4 years of either 4 years or almost 4 years at this point of just curiosity, conversations, talking to folks who know more about it than I do, all that sort of stuff is what's helped me to, you know, understand it the way that I do now. And so if that's the kind of situation you'd like to be in, um, uh, consider joining me for a class. In fact, a week from today, I'm starting an 8-week deep dive into the scales. So if you want to join me for that 8-week class, I would love to. I would love to help. I would love to sing, but I have no formal training, no theory, no nothing. And that's okay. That's all right. You got to start somewhere. Right? You're starting your textbook knowledge from scratch. Yeah. But just remember that the textbook knowledge is for the purpose of expression. It's for the purpose of creating music and being creative. So, in your pursuit, do your best not to get hung up on like, oh, the textbook definitions of everything. Do your best to apply the things that you learn to something creative as soon as possible, right? Because that's going to be that's the real determining factor, right? If the information was useful to you or not. Can I make music? Can I make art now? Right? That's the thing. Right? But thanks for popping on. Thanks for popping on. It dawned on me that it's Tuesday. Where would you find the 8-week course? The 8-week course, you can register in my profile. You can register in my profile. And if you have any questions about it, feel free, send me a DM. Because that's the thing. Lots of folks want the information, and I want everybody to have it. Right? I'm not gatekeeping. I want to teach everybody who wants to learn, and join me on the journey. Da 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 da. All right, cool. I'm just gonna put this one last vocal down, and then I'm gonna go lay down. And yeah, it's Tuesday. I'm like, where is everybody? Sleep, because they gotta go to work in the morning. Sleep as I should be. I got work in the morning too. This is my work, and I have to do it in the morning as well. Everybody's sleeping, and that's all right. So you're saying, is it Yara? Is that how your name is pronounced? Yara? Let me know. Did I get it right? If not, help me. Okay, perfect. Yara. All right. Lovely. All right, so I'm thinking another couple stacks because I hear a little bit of ear candy here. So what you feel is open up your heart. Something cute. Okay, so the English translation is Jiraiya. Is that right? Open up your heart. Open up your heart. Gotta be nice and bouncy. Slowly open up your heart. That's right. That's right, Ashley. You better, Ashley Robin. You better. Slowly open up your heart. You better, Ashley Robin. You better. I gotta hype myself up. This sounds great. To my humble ears, this sounds exactly like I want it to. Slowly open up your heart. Wow. Let's go, Stacks. Let's go, Stacks. Last one. Slowly open up your heart. Slowly open up your heart. What's going on? Slowly open up your heart. There it is. See, I got a little too excited, a little too happy with myself, right? Gotta stay humble. Got to stay humble. Humble is the way, as they used to say. All right, let's freeze that down. Oh man. Flatten it. Flatten. All right, cool. Okay, and then I need to pull the volume down just like everything else. And I need to pin to 5, to 5, 50. Oops. So why are we up? Why are we up? Who else is up? Let me check across the streaming platforms. Nobody is awake on Instagram, and nobody is awake on YouTube. All I have is TikTok right now. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. All right, let me put a little bit of reverb on all of these vocals. Let me listen to it without any music. Just vocals. And yeah, just vocals. Let's hear it.
Slow. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
That sounds so beautiful. That sounds great. That sounds great to me. Sounds great. Let me put the music back on. What does it sound like with everybody in? And I think I need to turn up the lead. I'll start by pulling everybody else down. How about that? Let's start with that. Let's pull all the vocals down. Let's get the music out of the way. Let's put the vocals all together. Let's lower the vocals because right now the lead is not present enough in my opinion. So let's pull it down some more. All right, now let's see what it's like with everybody in.
Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy. Open up your heart and let the light in slowly. There ain't no rush when what you feel is holy.
Okay. Command S, because what else is there to do? What else is there to say? Oh man, that was good. That was good. That was fun. I am satisfied. I am satisfied with how that went. um, I'm probably gonna go live again tomorrow. Maybe I'll try to go live a little earlier, and see what else I can see. See who's up tomorrow. But I think that's it. I think that's it. I think we're good. So, yeah, that was very satisfying. And just once again, if you want to understand the choices that I'm making here as I'm arranging my harmonies, then really what you want to understand are modes. Okay, because some of the choices that I made here are motivated by my understanding of modes. And so it's lending a lot to the sound that you're hearing. And so if you want to join me for an 8-week deep dive to really, really, really dig in, learn these tools that are going to like put you over the top in terms of the way that you arrange your vocals, the way that you write melodies, the way that you riff and run, the improvisations that you think of to do. It's all about ear training. And so one of the best ways that I've discovered that we can train our ears to, access more unique choices for the things that we create is just by tapping in and learning our modes. Okay, so I'm doing an 8-week deep dive. It's called Modes Workshop Live. It's an 8-week session with tons of information packed in, tons of resources packed in. And so by the time we're done with that 8 weeks, your ears are not going to be the same at all. So I highly recommend if you're looking for the next level in your creativity, you're looking for new information, new sounds, you're tired of writing the same thing over and over again, highly recommend that you register for Modes Workshop Live. Registration closes on Monday. So get in here now. Get in here now. And let me know. Send me a DM. If you go to my, if you're watching me on YouTube, the link is in the description. And if you're watching me on Instagram or TikTok, the link is in my profile. But either way, check it out. It's the first link at the top. And if you have any questions, send me a DM. I'm happy to clarify anything for you. Happy to help you get into the class if you need some kind of assistance with getting into the class, right? Because I want you to have the information. If you want the information, I want you to have it. Okay? So with that being said, like I said, I'm probably going to be live again tomorrow. So I'll look forward to seeing y'all then. Until then, this has been a special late night edition of the Robin's Nest Live. I've been Ashley Robin. This has been a ton of fun.